Hello and welcome. Today's exciting episode is a sewing vlog. I hope you are safe and well. Just going to have a look at all the things I've done this month and things I haven't quite got to yet.
It's perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Perfect jacket.
So last episode was a bit of a different one. It was about the beading of this jacket, and I ended it with some footage, and I hadn't done the left arm yet. And now I have. Today I was scheduled to make a jacket, a tweed jacket. But yeah, I couldn't decide which one because I've actually got tweed, faux leather, lace, a synthetic fabric, and I've also got a beautiful jacquard. And I couldn't decide which one to do. And I was like, actually, you know what I really, really, really want to do with my sewing time today? I want to finally finish the Egyptian jacket. So I finished the beading, and then I felt like the cuffs needed that little bit of extra weight. So like on the bottom of the torso of the jacket, I did 3 extra layers, so double layers of beading just to give it a tiny bit of weight. I also did that at the cuffs, but with slightly smaller glass beads. So it's not as heavy, but visually there's a match between the cuffs and the hem of the body of the jacket. So yeah, I finished them, then I hemmed the cuffs as well, so stitched them up on the inside, and here we are. It is finally finished. I probably should have taken more footage of it, but I guess I was just so thrilled that it was done. And yeah, so I didn't take it from the side and the back because it's in the previous video, but it's now done. And if you remember, there wasn't quite enough fabric to pattern match across the entire jacket, but you can't really tell now that the whole thing is beaded. Anyway, so I still have quite a lot of gold beads. This isn't all my gold beads, but I don't know. I mean, sequins are so small that you don't actually use that many even if you're doing an entire jacket. So I guess it's not a surprise that I've got lots left. But yeah, I was using them for so long, and you think, well, if I'm using the same thing for so long, like if you had peanut butter sandwiches every day, you'd expect to finish the container rather quickly, but I just have so much left. And yeah, this is the rack of things. This is just what I've done this month because, of course, I've been making an episode a day over the holiday period. And yeah, these are the ones I can't decide. So the yellow and black is a tweed. This is the jacquard, and I love that one. But I could also use it in March when I'm doing the fashion documentaries. And I mean in April when I'm doing the fashion documentaries. This is the faux leather. And yeah, really you just need to make sure that you use a Microtech sewing machine needle when you sew that. That's the only difficult part about that. Making a lace, using lace over another fabric, like layering fabrics and making sure they don't bunch or anything like that. That's kind of tricky, so I could do an episode on that. But I don't know, I'm still in two minds about, like, I like the idea of having a black fabric underneath this because, you know, black and yellow, I love New York taxi cabs, and that was the thinking behind that one. But I don't know, I kind of also like the idea of black on yellow fabric with yellow lace and then yellow beads. I also have my Make 9. These are like every year you do a Make 9. This year I did Make 9 fabrics, not patterns or, you know, golds or anything like that. So these are some of them tweeds, some of them are cottons that I'm making dresses out of. So these are the tweeds that I'm going to make jackets out of. So I could make one of them. Like, I've got a couple of days left in the month, so I was going to make maybe one more jacket, then a mock-up, and then there's another day, so maybe another jacket. I'm not sure. I want to make at least one more jacket. I mean, there are a few here. I've got 2 that are sequin, so maybe not another sequin. But and I really want to finish this one. It just needs more leaves and a couple more flowers, like on the shoulders, and a lot more beads. So I don't know when I'm going to get that one done. But yeah, I don't know. I like all of these tweeds. So maybe one of them. But I feel like I haven't really done enough for the Desperately Seeking Susan inspired capsule collection either, because I just randomly did that purple floral jacket, and the rest are very loosely related to. Oh, I made that extra base jacket for another floral jacket as well. So I've been thinking about, I'm not going to do it this month, obviously, I don't have time, but I've been thinking about what I'm going to do for my next floral jacket. And this doesn't really go with any movie theme or anything like that, but I really want a white and green one because I love snowdrops, the flowers. And yeah, so and they're green and white, obviously. And they come out around this time, sort of between now and March. And so, yeah, I've got these white there's white ones, cream ones, and there's sort of a very light green in there as well. So I sort of just dumped them out of my bench to see whether I like them or not. So, yeah. I like making this one. It was awesome, but it's only got a few flowers on it, this one. It's mostly foliage and beads, and I do like that, but I think with the next one, I want it to be mostly flowers and some, two-tone variegated foliage in there as well. So, and not really many beads at all. I do think I'll need some beads because it needs the weight of them. But I've got these gorgeous Phalaenopsis orchids and these like indoor plant leaves, and there's peonies. There's actually three different types of peonies, as well as 3 different types of hydrangeas and geraniums and daisies and heather and other little ones as well. And there's some like rosebuds or rose hips and things like that. So, yeah, I think I might just sort them out. Once I finish this sewing vlog, I think I'll sort them out and so that I can see what I have there, because it seems like a lot of flowers. I don't know why I felt the need to buy so many white flowers. I rarely wear white. But, yeah. Oh, I can't get over the fact I've actually finished the Egyptian tweed. It's awesome. And I really want to make all these jackets. I just don't know which one I want to make first. Perhaps the French tweed. Oh, I remembered that I had those pineapples, the little pineapple-shaped sequins. And I thought maybe on the yellow and lemon and gold and white French tweed. It was made in France. But I don't know. I feel like it makes the tweed look a little bit too white if you put yellow beads on it. Anyway, this is the synthetic fabric that I have, so maybe I could make a jacket out of that. The interesting thing about that one is I'm going to layer it. So I'm going to have a structural layer. I'm going to have that snakeskin looking fabric, and then I'm going to have tulle over the top. So there's going to be 3 layers in each piece, and I'm just going to have to pin them together perfectly before I sew them. Oh yeah, and I totally have to clean that side table. So I'm also not sure yet which mock-up I'm going to do next, because I've got one more mock-up to do this month. So I really like that one with the hood, and I haven't made a cloak yet, so I thought maybe a cloak. But I also like these blazers. I've got 4 or 5 blazer ones that I really want to do. But I also really like the vintage ones. I like that one on the end. She looks like she's in a musical and she's doing a song and dance number. This one here with the whole red outfit, I think that's lovely. But it's an actual vintage pattern. And because we wear different bras, like different underwear now, I'm pretty sure I'll have to do a full bust alteration for that one. So, and the Jane Austen one, the Regency Spencer jackets back then were called Spencers. So I quite like that one as well. So we shall see. I think I'll make the jacket next. A tweed jacket probably. And then while I'm making that, I'll decide which mock-up I'll do next. I want to do one that I like, so good luck finding that. I think maybe the musical one, because I think I will like that one. So this is me just looking through the jackets that I have. I love that tweed one. It's so pretty. And I can't believe these floral jackets are amazing. I cannot believe I've made 2 floral jackets. Obviously, I haven't finished them. They need their lining, and that purple plum coloured one, I haven't actually finished it yet. But the amount of work I've got done this month, and editing and completing one whole video each day, I'm very impressed with myself. But I'm also very glad that the month is almost done, because it's very time consuming and a little bit exhausting. So yeah, I felt like I had enough footage then. So then I stopped, and then I spent half an hour. I just had a coffee, but I wasn't intending to separate these all and group them all, but then it's just so much fun playing with all the different flowers. I love it when I'll either get out a bunch of a group of different beads and play around with them, or I'll play with it, get out a bag of flowers with leaves. And because I think a year ago, or maybe even longer, I sort of KonMari'd all my fabric flowers, and I put them into 14 or 15 different lots, and I was going to make a jacket with each of them. So this one, obviously, it's got lots of variegated leaves. I love the variegated leaves. I just think they are so beautiful. And some of the flowers too, yeah, so I separated them all into piles. Oh, this is when I'd done half of it. And the Phalaenopsis orchids are amazing. But I think I must have got 2 stems of them, not 1. Because I was like, there's twice as many buds here as I thought there would be. And then I just kept finding more orchids and more orchids. I was like, yeah, I think I probably bought... 1 would have sufficed, but yeah, I've also got a stem of gold Phalaenopsis orchids. I don't think gold and white I probably would wear it less if I put the gold in there. But yeah, so this is after I'd sorted them all out. And so I've got this massive mound of green foliage. And then over the other side, I've got the variegated white and green foliage. So these are just the heather and the sprigs and some daisies and some, I don't know what those ones with black centers are supposed to be. Probably mini gerbras, I suppose. And then this absolute mound of hydrangea flowers. I actually bought one of those, you know how for wedding decorations you can get those tiles? And it's like a big wall square of flowers on it. It had loads of hydrangeas, and I just pulled them off because it was on sale or something, and it was cheaper to buy this massive tile with flowers on it than it was to just buy a couple of stems of flowers. So I needed more flowers anyway. That's what, and I love these ones. They kind of look like those weeds, that but they're giant. I don't know what they're supposed to be, but I quite like the shape of them, and I think they'll be visually interesting to pop a few of them in. And yeah, the Phalaenopsis, I'm not sure about them because they're very low and flat. So that could be good because sometimes, but then a lot of the other ones I've got 3 different types of peonies, and they're all very big and round and very 3-dimensional. So I'm not sure how they're going to mesh well, if they're going to mesh well, having such large flat flowers and these massive peonies. These peonies, I think I got 5 of them. And they are just massive. I keep forgetting the jackets that I make are a size 6, so they're quite small. And these flowers are absolutely huge. This is I have small shoulders, literally as small as this mannequin. And if I put 2 or 3 flowers on me, then that's me covered completely. So I don't know what I'm going to do. If you take the back few petals off, few layers of petals off, then it sort of shrinks the flower down and makes it more manageable. And then you fold up each of the sheets of petals and you can make a little rose from it. So I might do that, or I might just have the back just covered in, there was, I think in one of the Sex and the City movies, when Charlotte has her baby, then the main character, Carrie, she was wearing this Oscar de la Renta jacket of flowers. And yeah, it was like massive peony roses. And I might just do the whole back that way. We shall see. Anyway, yeah, so I got a bit distracted and I organised my flowers. But at least I know what's there. I think I've got way too many flowers for one jacket. But it's always good to have a nice choice of everything. So, yeah, I think next up I will make a tweed jacket. Because tweeds are just so beautiful to work with. But I really don't have a preference. I want all of them and I want them all now. So, yeah, I guess I'll just close my eyes and pick one. And I still have to finish that floral jacket. This one turned out so different than I thought it would. For the longest time, I assumed I would make the base jacket out of grey, like a silvery grey colour. And then I would just, with the tartan, I would have already made the tweed jacket out of that. And with the scraps, leftover scraps, I was going to sort of put them on the underarms and the side panels. So it was going to be a mix of flowers and tartan. But yeah, I really like the way that I've used so many beads in there. It's completely different than I thought it would be. And it's made me also making 2 floral jackets in such a short time. It's made me think that I can actually achieve, like I bought, enough beads enough flowers to make 14 or 15 different jackets. And I thought, am I ever even going to do that many? But after the work that I've done this month, I have confidence I'm going to finish them this year, which is completely awesome. So that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. I hope it was just sort of a glimpse of about what I'm thinking of. And yes, definitely going to make a tweed jacket next. They're all so beautiful. And honestly, the number of years I've had some of these tweeds is just, it's getting a little embarrassing. I really need to make them up into jackets. Plus, they're so much fun to bead. Anyway, thanks again for watching and happy sewing.